picture this. The weather was warm, the kind of warm that lingers even after sunset. The resort town of Praia da Luz, Portugal, is calm on the evening of May 3rd, 2007. Families are dining outdoors while children sleep upstairs after long beach days. Vacation here feels safe. At 10 o'clock p.m., a mother walks back into her holiday apartment. The door is open wider than she left it, the window is raised, and her 3-year-old daughter is gone. Her name is Madeleine McCann, and for nearly 2 decades, the world has asked the same question: what happened to her?
Underwear, alcohol, syphilis, murder, forbidden.
Do you know about the story?
I remember Madeleine McCann. I don't remember all the details, so it'll be a refresher for me.
Yes, yes. And you can hear me.
I can hear you. Finally, it's happening. Technology is working.
Yeah, technology is working for once. I mean, it's not on my side today, and I really thought that we weren't going to be able to record, and I was very bummed because I'm just like so ready.
It's been so long, and something feels like it's in retrograde. I'm not sure what.
The world is in retrograde.
Our world is in retrograde.
Yes. We're in war. We're going to the moon, or they can't make it to the moon this time. So I know that they didn't make it last time. I think that is I have a whole conspiracy theory around that. I think it's total bullshit that we went to the moon.
I've been hearing a lot of that lately.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, going to talk about Madeleine McCann this evening.
Let's do that. Shall I?
Yes, you shall.
Let me do our thing. Welcome to Forbidden, the podcast where we discuss the dark, the disgusting, and the disgraceful in our unmentionables. Yes, we have slipped into something more comfortable. Listener, we hope you're doing the same. With drink in hand, I am your co-host, Blake Roberts.
And I am your co-host, Amanda Kamada.
Some cases seem to lack all reason. Others are missing just one key piece of evidence. But all of these stories have one common element. Someone has gone missing. Welcome to our limited series, Vanished.
So before I get into the story, I'll do the really exciting portion of it is naming my sources. They are Wikipedia, the UK Sun, Pool Community, and the Independent. So let's talk about that last evening here in Portugal. So Madeleine was vacationing with her parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, and her 2-year-old twin siblings in Portugal's Algarve region, and they're from the UK. They were staying in the ground floor apartment at a holiday complex. I love how the Europeans always call it a holiday complex. And just steps away at a tapas restaurant, her parents were dining with friends. So they were, as a group, dining with friends, and they were taking turns checking on the children roughly every 20 to 30 minutes. Now, I don't fault the parents for doing this. I mean, yeah, the kids are young, but you want your wine and tapas and not dragging your 2-year-old twins and your 3-year-old daughter out with you. I mean,
we all survived. Our parents did that in the 80s.
Exactly. So one should be able to do this and enjoy an evening of tapas with their friends. So around 9:05 p.m., Jerry checked on the children and they were all asleep. So that's at 9:05 p.m. At 10 p.m., Kate went back to check on them again. Madeleine wasn't in her bed. Her blanket and stuffed toy were still there, and the twins were still sleeping, but she was gone. Within minutes, resort staff were searching. Guests obviously joined in, and streets filled with people calling her name, and police were notified. And almost immediately, an investigation began. News of her disappearance exploded across Europe, then the world. Her photo, blonde hair, pink pajamas, and a distinctive mark in her right eye became instantly recognizable. The case dominated headlines in the UK, Portugal, and beyond. tips poured in, sightings were reported across continents, but the investigation was anything but smooth. Portuguese police initially treated it as a likely abduction. Duh.
She
I
didn't run
mean,
away. She didn't run away.
yeah, yeah, she's 3. Then questions arose. Was the apartment left unsecured? Was the timeline precise? Months later, in a shocking turn, authorities actually named her own parents as arguidos, which means formal suspects under Portuguese law, which was a devastating implication for the family, of course. The McCanns denied any wrongdoing, and eventually their suspect status was lifted. No charges were ever filed. But by then, public opinion had fractured, conspiracy theories multiplied, and the media circus intensified, and still no trace of Madeleine. For years, the case went cold. Then in 2020, German authorities made a stunning announcement. They identified a man they believed was responsible.
Jeffrey
His
Epstein.
Good guess. She seems to be in his age range. His name is Christian Brückner. He's a German national, a convicted sex offender, and he had lived in the Algarve in 2007, not far from Praia da Luz. He owned a vehicle registered in the area at the time that Madeleine vanished. Prosecutors in Germany said they believed Madeleine was dead. So this is in 2020, but they did not publicly reveal the evidence that led them to that conclusion. Bruckner has denied involvement, and as of today, he has not been formally charged in connection with her disappearance. Investigators in Germany, Portugal, and the UK continue to examine digital records, phone data, and past statements. In recent years, new searches were conducted in remote areas of the Algarve, in scrubland, wells, and abandoned buildings. Nothing conclusive has yet been found. So the guy in Germany is, the prime suspect, but they absolutely have no leg to stand on to charge him with anything.
So like no DNA or anything like that. Just
No, because they never found her body. They didn't find, I guess, DNA evidence at the, you know, um, apartment that they were in, that sort of thing. So the questions that remain are what happened in the window between 9:05 and 10 p.m. that evening? Was Madeleine taken by someone who was watching the apartment? So an opportunistic abduction, or was it planned, or something else entirely? Why has no physical evidence surfaced after all this time? That's wild to me.
mm.
And nearly 20 years later, the silence is deafening. There is no confirmed crime scene, no body, no definitive forensic link, just a child who vanished into the night. So authorities from Germany, Portugal, and the UK have conducted periodic searches for evidence. Just as recent as June of 2025, German and Portuguese police carried out a coordinated search in the Algarve near where Maddie was last seen and where Bruckner once lived, using ground penetrating radar, excavation tools, and forensic teams. The search yielded limited findings, including some material reported in media discussions as animal bones being sent for analysis, but no conclusive evidence of what happened to Maddie.
Mm.
More recently, as of February 2026, so just a couple months ago, there are reports that Bruckner had returned to areas linked with the investigation in his hometown in Germany, and police are concerned he may try to obtain or destroy evidence if left unmonitored.
Mm.
Another really weird thing about this is over the years, several people have publicly claimed to be Madeleine McCann, especially as social media has made it easier for claims like that to go viral. None have been confirmed, but the most notable case as of late was a recent claim in 2023 from a Polish woman named Julia Faustina, also known as Julia Wendell or Julia Wendelt. She posted on Instagram under the handle at I am Madeleine McCann, saying she believes she might be Maddie. She pointed to similarities like eye features and gaps in her childhood memories, and the story gained a massive global attention. I actually remember when this happened a few years ago. So, what happened with that is she underwent a DNA test. Results showed that she was not Madeleine McCann and was of Polish, Romanian, and Lithuanian heritage, and she later apologized to the McCann family. So, this woman was either delusional and maybe really thought maybe she had a horrible childhood and maybe thought that she was for some reason,
Right.
or maybe she just had some mental health issues. I don't know. It really wasn't clear. But there have been, in the years of the past, people who have come forward who've claimed to be her, but it's never been her.
Mm.
So, just in closing, every year on May 3rd, her parents mark the anniversary. They continue to this day to fund search efforts. They continue to hope. She would be an adult now, probably around 23. So, somewhere there's an answer. Somewhere someone knows what happened inside that quiet holiday apartment in Praia da Luz. And until that truth surfaces, the case of Madeleine McCann remains one of the most haunting mysteries of our time.
So I hadn't heard any of the updates like from 2025 or as recent as February that you were sharing. That
Mhm.
was all new to me. And I wondered about that. I think the idea of someone being trafficked or kidnapped and kept for years is a little bit out there. I think it's more believable now than it was a few years ago,
Yeah,
based on everything we're learning from those files.
particularly 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Those files that keep getting lost.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's more believable that something like that could have happened. But Josh is bringing me a chilled wine.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you get yourself? I can edit this out.
Oh, okay. Yes, sorry. I didn't think he'd say anything.
No. Okay. Did you get yourself?
Yes, I did.
Um.
No, I agree. I think, 20 years ago, I would say she's probably dead and, buried somewhere and was probably sexually assaulted by this gentleman who I believe for some reason they think that it's him. They just can't find a way to prove it.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's kind of like the Morgan Nick story where that guy was in prison, but they didn't find DNA of her in his truck until long after he had passed away.
Right. But I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe she's out there living a life that she doesn't realize isn't hers.
Yeah,
When she was
that
3.
was scary.
When I was younger, my older brother always told me I was adopted by a family of frogs,
What?
and he didn't realize he said it wrong. Adopted by a family of frogs, he told me. Well, so you never know who's gonna.
You mean French family?
Are we allowed to say that these days?
I don't know, but I just did.
Cancel.
Cancel
No,
me.
no one likes the French anyway. Just kidding.
No,
Part French.
uh,
Somewhere.
no, I do love the French. Yeah, I would love to go. I've never been to France. I would love to go to France.
I haven't either. My wine is French.
Yes, of course it
What are
is.
you drinking?
I did a fun little experiment this evening and have taken coconut water and put it with rum and then so I feel like it's like a healthy pina colada.
Yeah.
It's just it's just not frothy, and it doesn't have like the coconut milk in it, but it's got the coconut taste with the rum, so
Mhm.
it kind of feels like a refreshing and not as heavy pina colada.
That sounds lovely.
Yes.
Tiki themed drink for your holiday story.
Yes, yes, and I'm actually doing I'm dressed in a nightgown this evening because she was taken in the middle of the night from her bed. So that
On
that
theme.
was on theme for sure. You know, what's interesting is when we started this series, which seems like ages ago now, because listeners, we are behind a little bit on some things, and because we lead very, very important and busy lives. We are business women.
Um,
Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
I'll have the businesswoman special.
Business-
Mm. They're making a sequel.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Better be good.
But whenever we started this, like Nancy Guthrie had not been found yet and had not been missing for that long. And here we are, all of like this month later, and she still is missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wonder, if 2 years down the road, if we're doing a series like this again, are we going to still be on the Nancy Guthrie watch? It's wild.
Is it our fault? We launched this series and put some bad juju out there for her.
We did. We did.
Hmm.
So, just some current news. The Gilgo Beach serial killer pled guilty today, Rex Howerman. We all knew he did that.
Yes.
We all knew he did that, but he was convicted, or he actually made a plea bargain agreement,
Yeah.
and admitted to killing 8 women, all sex workers, from what I can surmise. And he got 3 consecutive life sentences. But as part of his agreement, he has agreed to like coordinate and assist a part of the FBI that actually studies the mind of serial killers,
Of
if you
course he
can believe
did.
that. Yeah,
Of course he did.
yeah.
Because
He
he's,
wants notoriety for that.
yeah, some
Yeah,
pompous, arrogant piece of shit.
yeah. And he basically said that he strangled all of the women and then like dismembered them and wrapped them in
Burlap.
like burlap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so sad. And he did it like in his basement. How? Like his family was living there. That's nuts.
Yeah. Just right upstairs. Um, and I'm sure I mentioned this in the past. 'Cause I know we've talked about, well, we definitely have talked about Rex before, but because we were both living there, I think.
Yeah.
I know I had moved to New York not long before that. So I remember when the story was fresh out there. It's nice to hear that it's wrapping up though.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see like if they do any interviews with his wife, because she just would not believe that he did this, and basically said, unless he looks at me in the face and tells me that he did this, I just don't think that I could believe that it happened. Well, he pled guilty today in front of a court of law. So I'm wondering what her take is on that. But I mean, what a mind fuck to be married to somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he well, especially because she was so, I mean, you are invested in that relationship and that person for so many years, and you have kids with that
Yeah.
person. So I understand not wanting to believe it. And I understand how that's a really difficult thing to let go of.
Yeah.
But hopefully this just helps her, snip, snip, cut the ties to that one and
Move
start the
on.
process of moving on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
However you do so. I just don't know how you do it. Your name is just dragged through the mud. I think I tried to move somewhere and change my name and just develop a new identity somewhere.
Yeah. I know with his daughter, like she was connecting with BTK, what's his name? Dennis Rader, with Dennis
Mhm.
Rader's daughter. Like she's written a book, and so I know that those two have met up. and had a conversation. It's like a weird sort of like support group in a way, support system.
Yeah. It's
So
kind of one of those, like, weird families you don't wanna be a part of. Yeah.
yeah,
So, can you imagine, like, "Oh, yeah, my dad murdered a bunch of women."
no, it's, yeah, it's a crazy thing to go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there he goes for 3 life sentences, no chance of parole. I think is what I saw. Right, no
Oh,
chance of parole.
no chance of parole.
Supporting the FBI.
You know what's interesting? I saw and I think I sent it to you last week, a article about a gal in Arizona who went missing when she was like 15 years old. I
Hmm.
want to say it was like 30 years ago from a small town in Arizona.
Yeah.
And they have finally found her. She lives
Yeah.
in Springfield, Missouri. Have you seen this because it's close to Phoenix?
So I had seen that story the day that it broke, just honestly like a couple hours before you sent it to me. But there's like no, they didn't want to release any information about her. I'm sure at her request. So I don't know if that has changed or will change. But all I've
Yeah,
heard is that she's been found.
yeah, she's been found. She lives in Springfield, Missouri. Um, she won't really talk to people about what has happened. It sounds like she left voluntarily
She was a
and may
little girl though.
yeah. So I don't know if she had like a horrible home situation or whatever. But it seems as though she may have had help getting out, but she won't talk to anybody about it. But it
Wow.
sounds like she was not abducted.
Wow.
Unless she was abducted by like a family member and she has that like Stockholm syndrome or something like that, and she wants to protect them because they always protected her. Like, I don't know exactly, you know, how Stockholm syndrome can work like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's not wanting to talk about it. I don't know if they can make her talk about it. It's not like they can beat it out of you.
Right. Well, not yet. We'll see what happens with this government.
Yeah, true. Oh, God, everything is such a mess right now. Just a massacre.
It's messy.
It is.
This is why I keep coming back to this bottle.
You've it feels like you've been everywhere the last month. I think you went back to LA.
I've been to LA a few times. I'm going back this weekend and then I'm going back the next weekend. So it's honestly, it's like my schedule is so disrupted that it's hard to keep track of where I am, what time of year it is, what day is it. Yeah,
The time zone.
yeah. We did a lot of have we talked since I went out and I interviewed Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo.
I don't know that we covered that in the last maybe we did. It's been a minute.
I interviewed a few artists out in Los Angeles. Mark Mothersbaugh was one. Um, Michael Moeller, who's a famous photographer, you'd recognize his work. He's done so much, like key art for movies, celebrity portraits, but he also does
Does he do weddings?
let me call him. He does like shark for like wildlife photography. So he did a series on sharks, and he had to get a permit so that he could swim outside of a cage with great white sharks.
That's fucking crazy.
Horrifying. Yes,
Yes.
bonkers. He's
Like,
a really cool dude, though. Is he okay? Is that what you said?
yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
I mean, that's crazy. I would never well, of course, I wouldn't swim with sharks in a cage. I have no interest in going underwater within like I have no interest in scuba diving whatsoever.
Me either. No.
I'm sure it's very pretty, but you know what I can see? I can see videos and photography of people who do it.
Yeah. He also has a series on horses, which is really beautiful. But then we did an interview with, I think her name is Colette Miller. They were all quirky. I mean, Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo, you can just imagine. Uh,
Oh, 100%.
but they were all quirky in their own way. I mean, they're artists. And I say quirky in the most like loving way. They're just fascinating people. And they were all very warm. Um, yeah, I enjoyed them all. But Colette Miller, she also lives out in Los Angeles, and she paints those. I think she started in 2012, and I didn't realize it was one person. And I'm sure there are other people that have like taken the concept and run with it, but
Mhm.
the graffiti angel wings that you'll see on like sides of buildings, and
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
um, it's called Project Angel Wings, and she did it as sort of like a reminder to people that there's like beauty out there, like people, there's someone out there looking after you. Um, and I think it's like less, I don't want to say it's not in a spiritual sort of way, but not in a literal, like religious sort of way.
Mhm.
It's just like the universe is looking after you. Anyway, she was really lovely. We went to her home, and that was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, then we had a big corporate meeting with the major brand that I can't talk about yet. I'll fill you in offline.
So secretive.
Mm, yeah, it's probably the biggest brand that. Oh, it's definitely the biggest brand we've ever worked with, if that deal goes through. But one of the biggest brands in the world. I'll just say that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
yeah,
We will talk about this offline.
yeah. And what have you been up to betwixt now and the last time we?
Well, I've been skirting getting fired from my job.
That's good.
Um, and I've been I've been planning for weddings and funerals. So that's a lot of fun to do at the same time.
Yes.
It's like you're planning some at least the funerals first so I can get that over with. Excuse me, my Susan does not like to call it a funeral. She likes to call it a celebration
Celebration
of
of
life.
life.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. She doesn't like funerals, so we're not going to say that. Um, but I'll keep it to myself, like the details of it. But my dad has come to me twice in my dreams so far. I'll talk to you about it offline.
Yeah, if you
But
want to share it.
yeah, yeah. I just
Lovely.
don't want to share it with the wider audience. I think it's something I like to keep sort of for myself.
Yeah, personal.
Yeah, yeah. And he has also come to my nephew as well, which I'll tell you about. It's
Yeah.
really, really interesting because I think the kids are I've read before that kids are really receptive
Hmm.
to like those sorts of things because their mind isn't as cluttered and they don't know that things aren't real and stuff like that. They just
They
don't.
aren't told that things aren't real. Not
Yes.
that they don't know.
Right. They aren't told that yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll tell you about it offline, but it's been pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, it's nice to hear because I know, I mean, it must be a lot emotionally to go through the loss of your father at the same time that you're planning your wedding. Like
Right.
so many emotions. It's nice to know that it doesn't seem like it's like clouding anything for you, and these, like the fact that he's coming to you is,
It's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Now Susan gets pissed because he hasn't come to her yet.
He was like, I spent enough years with her.
Yeah,
I'll see
yeah,
her again at some point.
slow down. He might be enjoying his free time.
Yeah, it's a vacation for, like a little vacation for him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I've just been doing that, planning the wedding. We're going on, I think it's the 24th of this month to go get the actual certificate because you have to get a certificate before you get married. It's just a stupid way of them collecting money from you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make it legal. Like you still have to get married in order to for it to be legal. Or you could get married at the courthouse, which we thought about doing, but then I was like, but I want a little bit of a party, like
Yeah.
just I want people to be able to gather who I don't see all the time. And I want people to meet each other that like I want you to know some of my other friends and stuff like that just cuz I feel like gatherings like that you get to know people even on a deeper level, you
Yeah.
know.
I enjoy that. I really love my favorite parties are the ones where you don't know everyone.
Yeah.
It like forces you out of your comfort zone just a little bit, just enough. Like
Mhm.
you know that you've got your person there. Like
Right.
I'll have Josh, and then obviously you're gonna be like the star of the show. So you're gonna have to be like schmoozing everyone, but I'll know that you're there if I need.
Oh, just music will come on and I'll be like, "Blake."
Yes, exactly. The Depeche Mode will happen, and so will we.
Yes, exactly. And
Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you. I remember what I was going to tell you last time because I was texting you. You just reminded me about our songs, but so, I texted you when I was doing karaoke in LA. Okay, so quick background on that. So, we had wrapped production. My colleague who I was traveling with had a friend that he was going to go visit, and it was early enough. I was like, I'm not going to just sit in my hotel room. And there wasn't anything immediately like the hotel bar. There was nothing immediately like nearby that I could just pop out and just like grab a quick drink or whatever. So I was like, let me just head up to West Hollywood. It's a mile away. The weather was nice, so I walked up there. So I'm walking by this bar and I hear Two of Hearts by Stacy Q.
and then it was like a moth to light.
Exactly. The sirens call. I was like, all right, this one is for me. Um, so I pop in there and there's maybe 5 people at the bar. And it's sort of like an indoor outdoor, like they had the like garage doors, sort of doors that were lifted up. So it was
Yeah.
open. And it's like a U-shaped bar with this like sort of handsome bartender with muscles. Um, and then just like a smattering of, huh?
So we are in WeHo.
We are in WeHo. That's right. So I sit down and I was like, oh, a quiet afternoon. And he was like, yeah, it's like shockingly quiet. We're actually starting karaoke in 5 minutes. And usually it's a little more crowded than this. And he was like, do you want to, if you want to put a song in, there's a guy over there taking requests. I was like, no, I'm just going to have a beer and then I'll just see how I feel later. I made it like halfway through my beer and the first person was up there singing. And I was like, I can do this. So, so I put in my request and I was the next one up and I did, Only You by Yaz.
Mhm.
You know that one?
Mhm.
And the few people that were in there were just like super supportive and friendly and like, oh my gosh, you have such a great voice. Like you did that so well. It's like you have to do another one. It's like, all right, fine. Um,
Twist my arm.
but the drama, this is where it gets dramatic. There's this older gentleman in there, as there always is, and I could feel him watching me like off to the side. And so I just sort of like, I'm just stay focused on the karaoke. But he comes over and puts his glass down next to me. He's like, "Hi, I'm so and so." I think he said his name was Alex or something. And he's got an accent, like an English accent that goes in and out. By the way, it's American, it's English, it's American, it's English, it's gay. Um, and so he's telling me how was like a child actor in England in some soap operas. I never could find him, by the way, but I'm sure I just didn't care to look hard enough. But he's like talking to me the whole time, and I'm just being friendly, and I'm fine with that. Like I don't mind someone chatting with me, but he's like sort of like just won't leave.
Right.
And then he's like, "Oh, I really need to go outside and smoke a cigarette. Will you go with me?" He's like, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to smell like cigarettes. Plus, I have a song coming up. I have to stay here." And he like got sort of annoyed. Uh, But he goes out, he smokes, he comes back in with his cigarette, sits down at the bar with his cigarette, and the bartender's like, "I've told you before, you can't smoke in here." So he's like done this in the past at this bar. And then he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, I forgot. So he like puts his cigarette out and he refuses to sing, but he's like pressuring me to sing. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to do one of my favorite Depeche Mode songs. And he's like, oh, I love Depeche Mode. He's like, I'm going to do Shake the Disease. And he was like, oh, that's my favorite song ever.
Yes.
And I was like, well, there are two mics, like sing it with me. And he's like, no, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, I'll sing backup, like over here on the side. It's like, all right, fine. And so I'm singing Shake the Disease by Depeche Mode 1985. And I look over and like every time it's the chorus, he's like got his eyes closed and he's belting it out, you know? So this one time he's got his eyes closed and I put the mic right in front of his face. And he's like belts it into the microphone and he like looks stunned. It was everyone was laughing. It was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
But then he's like, why are we wasting our money here? He's like, I live just up the hill. We could just go back to my apartment and just have some drinks there for free. And I was like, I don't think my boyfriend would like that. And he's like, well, he was like, we don't have to do anything. He was like, we could just have drinks and like play darts and stuff. And I was like, I said, okay, let me get this straight. You want me to go alone with you back to your apartment where we're going to have drinks and not do anything sexual. And he says, well, I mean, if something happens, it happens. And so I go, nothing is happening. And he got so pissed. He was like, it's not like I'm going to murder you or something. And I was like, that's a red flag. That just the fact that he said that was creepy.
That is so creepy.
Yeah. Uh,
Mm.
but he was pissed. Like he turned around and started trying to talk to other people, but they weren't having it either. And he ended up leaving. But it was a
He
fun
must
little.
be a regular there.
What's that?
I said he must be a regular there, given that he got like accosted for bringing in his cigarette.
Yeah, he's definitely been there for karaoke before because he was mentioning how he's got like a friend who does karaoke there sometimes.
I thought you were going to say that he knew like Dave Gahan or something.
No, that would be a way better story. It was just no, he
Yeah,
was trying to sleep with
then I
me.
would have then I would have said, "Go home with that man."
Oh, and I would have. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, it's that millionaire thing. I mean, we've still got,
I'm still waiting for my sugar daddy
I
or
know.
mama. I'll do anything.
Oh, at this point, I am I am open.
I mean, I won't. That's a lie. I won't do
I,
anything because I can't. I don't think I can do everything if it's a woman. But I'll be a lovely companion. I'll
yeah,
dress cute. We'll have wine together and cocktails.
a little lavender marriage.
Exactly. We'll watch uh, classic movies and just giggle and listen to fun music and do karaoke.
You could at least like massage her feet or something, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, just be like, "Oh, I'll give you a little foot rub."
If there's like a mansion in the picture, then yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there is, and like a really nice car and perhaps a boat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, ladies or gentlemen, I'm taking requests at hello at theforbiddenpod.com.
Same.
We can come as a package, as a pair.
I mean, the opportunities are endless at this point.
Yeah, unlike my budget and my salary,
Yes.
very finite and very limited.
Very, very limited.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I've told you either. So, me and Josh, we each have a car. One of the cars is just completely just broken down.
Like
And then,
nothing can be done?
well, it can be, but I can't afford to fix it because Josh is unemployed right now.
Right.
And yeah, I just can't afford it. So it's just sitting outside. I feel like one of those people. It's like I might as well get some concrete blocks and have it lifted up there.
Yeah. You
Uh,
must feel like you're really from Oklahoma right now
yeah, I do.
or Arkansas.
But yeah, so that car, it's a minimum $1,000 to repair, but I know there's like a couple of things wrong with it that need to be fixed. So I'm guessing 2,500 at minimum. And then the other car, my car, the windshield wiper fluid, it just starts spraying automatically.
Oh, no.
Like I'll be driving on the highway like 70 miles an hour and it will just start spraying. And like if there's a car behind me, I'm sure they're like, what is this asshole doing?
Right.
So and it won't immediately turn off. Like you have to jiggle the thing until it decides to turn off. But it got so bad that I just decided to stop refilling the. So we've had rain, we've had dust, so my car's just a big old mess right now.
Oh, no.
And that repair to fix that is around $900.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'm just like I'm obviously not going to spend $900 to make that work again.
No.
The wipers work, so if it's raining or something, I can still use those.
Well, that's that's key. I mean, that has to be, even though it doesn't rain there a lot, thank God.
Yeah,
You
when it does, it does. But it
Right.
makes this noise like it sounds like one of those like a little pin that you would wear, like a Halloween pin from the 80s that like has sound effects.
Oh, yeah.
Can you picture it? Can you like imagine the sound?
And yeah.
It's like and it does that. Like it even like changes levels. Like people
Oh,
joke in my car.
spooky.
I used to call the Toyota Yaris, I used to call it Susie because it wailed like a banshee when you would turn it on. That one now doesn't run at all, and now this one makes like haunted sound effects. So it's sort of on brand for me though.
Is there any way that you can get rid of these cars through like Carvana or something and get like one nicer car?
I
Have
mean,
you looked at that?
probably.
I
The
mean, because I mean, they take cars in various conditions, but it just seems like if you were going to spend $3,000 to get your cars
yeah.
right, that you'd rather put that as a down payment on something and take whatever equity that you have in those cars and like just buy at least just one thing that's nice.
You know what really sucks is both cars are finally paid off.
Right.
There's no more car
That's,
payments.
of course that's going to happen.
Right. Like the
So
Nissan, I just paid off. Like I just got my title in December. And yeah, but anyway, yeah, we could do that. And we probably will have to do something like that.
yeah, because one really decent car is, and then like you might just have to Uber sometimes, but if like someone needed a car or something like that to go run an errand during the day. But the thing is like we're actually getting rid of one of our cars because Ron's working from home now.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, we're getting rid of the Volvo,
What is that the convertible or the other one?
the other one.
Oh, good,
I'm
you're
not.
keeping the convertible.
Yeah, yeah, keeping the convertible.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
cute car.
yeah. Oh, I think I didn't tell you. I got a new one like in December. I thought I
Oh,
told you like around December, or I may have told you.
I don't think so.
I got a bigger one because the other one was like it was too small. That's why we're keeping like I upgraded and got a really good deal and got a really good payoff from like Carvana or one of those things on like my car. So I put that as the down payment
Yeah,
on it, which is what you guys could do, something like that. Carvana is amazing.
I'll check it out. I've definitely heard of it. Well, I'm glad you got a bigger one. Everyone hates a small one. No one wants a small one.
It's still convertible though, so the top comes down.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
it's
it's a hard top convertible, which is cool. Like,
it's bigger. It's a hard top.
yes. I'm just upgrading everywhere.
Hmm.
Yeah. But no, we're getting rid of because there's just really no reason for us to have two cars if he's working from home. Like we only really need one car.
Hmm.
If he starts working in an office again, he can go back and lease a car or something like that. But I wanted to keep the one that I enjoy driving. And I just think it's fun to have a convertible like where we live.
Yeah.
I mean, the SUV is nice, but we don't take that many like road trips and stuff like that. you know?
Right.
So,
Well, listen, let's get rid of these listeners because I need to tell you about that fisting story and that syphilis thing that happened.
a lot going on the past couple
That
weeks.
dead body I found in my backyard. The listeners don't want to hear about any of that. So,
Tell them what they can do.
well, here's exactly where you can go to. You can go to theforbiddenpod.com to check out our archives. You can also follow us on social media at The Forbidden Pod on Instagram and Facebook. And you can send us your requests for paid companionship and or send us story requests or
And
feedback
you,
and nudes, of course. That's part of the process for companionship.
yes, that's true. We have to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yes. To hello at theforbiddenpod.com. And then you can continue listening to us exactly where you are right now, but also on platforms such as YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Did I cover it all?
That covers it all. Well,
Excellent.
thank you for listening to my story this evening. And here's hoping that they'll find Madeleine McCann someday.
Yes, cheers to that. My glass is empty. Um, Thank you for the memories. As always, they're lovely this evening.
Thank you. And listeners, as always, we
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.